So this is what the scenes are like ahead of kick-off. Sheffield Wednesday against Borough in the Championship, live from Hillsborough. Wednesday fans boycotting the game to show their displeasure at the ownership. Now, how does this help or hinder the players, Chris? Because we saw the other week Coventry go to Hillsborough and absolutely batter Wednesday. They're top of the league. Borough second. Borough do exactly the same. Well, you're going to say about teams coming up and beating Sheffield Wednesday. That's a different lifestyle.
I was about to say you should know about playing in front of crowds.
But then, I mean, does it? I mean, does it help? Does it hinder? Does it spur Wednesday on? Does it galvanise Borough to come in and think this place is a mess? We can railroad straight through them.
No, Middlesbrough have got to go and look to get the 3 points if they're going to continue their form, and you know, it has been good. You have to go to places like this and take advantage of a struggling Sheffield Wednesday team. There is no doubt they're in disarray. There's a lot going on. You know, the fans. I totally get it. I understand it. If you know, those fans won't leave the football club. The owner has to. He has to go. You know, so I mean, it'll be frustrating for the home fans not going in there tonight, but they have to make a stance because it's what is happening to that football club. You know, once a great, you know, a huge football club in England, a proud football club. Those fans will be proud of their history and everything that comes along with it. But right now, it is an absolute mess.
And in stark contrast to a full away end and the fans that Borough have brought. Yes, I mean, it helps, of course, when you've got a chance to close the gap on the very top of the division, Joe, but we couldn't see two clubs in a more different position, could we?
No, it's night and day, isn't it? And again, it's such a shame. It's such a fantastic football club that when you do go there as a player, and it is rocking, it is a brilliant place to play, you know, and you know, part of your job is to sort of silence the crowd. It's one of those places. Obviously, Middlesbrough don't have to do that tonight. It obviously makes their task a little bit, I'd say, easier. I'm sure the Sheffield Wednesday players, though, are fully understanding of the fan stance. They feel like they have no other alternative. You know, they want to try and make sure that this is very much front and centre in everyone's minds and really trying to, you know, get the attention that it deserves. And obviously, this man here, Lumley, coming in to a difficult situation against his old club. So again, he's going to want to come and perform really well. And you know, again, what the fans that are there and the ones watching at home can't question is the effort that these players have put in for that football club.
And leading the Wednesday team out as ever, the ultra reliable and ever present Barry Bannon, your commentary team for this one. Now, there's a man who knows all about the glory years for Sheffield Wednesday, very much part of the Premier League furniture for the Owls. That was Andy Hinchcliffe. Keen to know what his take on this great club is right now. And leading the way, it's good evening, Daniel Mann.
Good evening, David. Good evening, one and all. A curious atmosphere at this great footballing theatre. And curious, indeed distressing times. And those emotions felt keenly by all who have a close bond with Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. The Teesside accent will be heard loud and proud inside the stadium this evening. Henrik Pedersen's team doing a fine job, really, in difficult circumstances. They believe that their performances of late have not really been truly reflected by the results they have accrued. And he's the man in the spotlight. Wednesday have taken advantage of EFL Rule 58 to sign a goalkeeper on an emergency loan. Ethan Horvath's red card at Charlton, leaving him unavailable, with Piers Charles injured. Joe Lumley, an ex-Middlesbrough player, ironically, is pitched in after making the dash up from Bristol City. Sean Frazier is rewarded for a lively substitute showing at Charlton, where he divided his time between right wing-back and central midfield. Ike Ogbo is impressed in training and has given the nod in attack ahead of George Brown. Henrik Pedersen taking a good deal of care over some of their younger players. For Middlesbrough, well, it's the same team, the same bench. Victory over Ipswich on Friday, showcasing grit and guile. I suppose won't unfairly feel that the latter needs to come to the fore a little more often. Morgan Whittaker's first goal for Borough in that game has doubtless lifted him, and it's a credit to the seasoned pro Alan Brown, who continues to keep out one of their very best in Aidan Morris. And a former Sheffield Wednesday owner will be commemorated before the kick-off today, and indeed when they expect a larger audience for their next home match against Oxford United. Milan Mandaric, who passed away earlier this month. A passionate football man, Milan Mandaric, who did have the privilege of being the custodian of this great football club, and even though he's not here and plenty of their loyal followers are not, the name Chansiri literally looms large tonight. Well, familiar anthem here at Hillsborough, but not met with the usual lusty singing. It's going to be quite a curious evening for Joe Lumley. It's 2.5 years since he last stepped out in the Championship, wearing the gloves for Reading then, and up against pretty familiar opposition in one of his former clubs. Sheffield Wednesday without a home win in the Championship so far this season. Fondly recalling the fact that their last victory here in the Championship did come at Middlesbrough's expense back in April, although only 3 on each side remain from the starting lineups that day. Brazier over there operating at right wing back. It's the first time he started a senior match in that position, so quite an interesting test for him. Played plenty there for Sheffield Wednesday's under-21s and for a good portion of the game at the weekend.
Well, the league table, it clearly doesn't lie. Middlesbrough go into this game as favourites, but from Coventry aside, Wednesday have competed in most games this season. Their application cannot be criticised, maybe a lack of quality, not desire. So for Middlesbrough, I think they can't underestimate Sheffield Wednesday here. I think complacency is Borough's biggest enemy.
Well, Henrik Pedersen appreciating the wishes of good luck from Juliet at the end of our pre-match interview. He knows that once again they face a formidable task tonight, and hit hard by Coventry, the team at the very top, now facing the team just below them. And Ingelsson taking the opportunity to hurl it into that penalty area. Some muscular defending going on, and Hayden Hackney will bring it away for Borough, who've been defeated just once in the Championship so far, and a start along the lines of many a season that has led ultimately to great celebration. Here's Strelets. Dominic Iorfa migrating to the centre of Wednesday's back three, joined by Liam Palmer, who's starting there for the first time this season, though he's played there an awful lot in his time. Both trying to turn it on. There's Conway.
I did wonder tonight whether Rob Edwards would go back to the 3 centre-halves, the back 5 that he's played all season. He has played with the back 4, but that performance against Ipswich, I can understand why he's picked the same formation, same personnel. They were exceptional that night.
And one that deserved that description, Delano Bergzor caught offside there. Yes, it's a notable move. It's only the 3rd game in which they've gone with a back 4 from the start. He did demand ahead of that occasion, after defeat at Fratton Park, for more when they were in possession. He's a head coach who is prizing an injection of aggression in all departments, and you detected on more than the odd occasion last season a soft underbelly. It's not quite teak tough yet, but it's certainly getting there.
Yeah, it's what the starts of the season has been based on, being really hard to break down, be hard to beat. Just 1 defeat in 10. They are a really hard side to get at. I think again we will see them going forward develop slightly as the season goes on. They will be more threatening.
Yes, if you're a disciple of expected goal statistics, they actually have the third lowest, despite being second in the table. Their conversion rate is very impressive. Here's Ingleton. Up against Callum Britton.
Yeah, with Borough second in the league, a lot of their attacking numbers are fairly low. At times kind of bottom six, but that conversion rate, taking chances when they come along, it is all important. So if you have those kind of numbers backed up by a really solid defensive foundation, no wonder you pick up points and win tight games.
There's 21st for expected goals coming into this round of fixtures. Their drop into the bottom three in that respect came as a result of action last night, so it's probably not really a fair statement to make. But then we are a little bit lopsided with that Blackburn-Ipswich game having to be replayed in the first week of December.
That's probably the start to the game we expected, even though Borough are away from home. In theory, they're playing at the home side, dominating the ball, forcing Wednesday back.
Bergsorg making inroads and a chance for Whittaker, and suddenly the goals are flowing. Well, after a lengthy wait, a goal on Friday and one inside 6 minutes, and the emergency goalkeeper beaten before he'd even had a chance to think about it.
It's a wonderfully crafted goal. The finish from Whittaker is so cool and composed. He doesn't rush at it, he just passes it home. And they just turn Sheffield Wednesday around to high defensive line. It's risky when you play that way because there's spacing behind you. And it's a tight call, but I think he's onside when he makes the forward run. And the ball is pulled behind all those Wednesday defenders. Whittaker, attacking intelligence. He doesn't go on top of the defenders, he stays away from them. He's in space, so he can be picked out. And there's just no panic, he just passes the ball home. It comes off the back of that first goal for the club against Ipswich. He wouldn't have been scoring this goal in this way if he hadn't got that first goal in the last game. It's a well-constructed goal, brilliantly finished at the end from Whittaker.
Well, I'm sure Lumley will have feelings on the subject, as goalkeepers do, about Tommy Conway's position in the goal mouth there, seemingly offside, but not deemed to have affected matters. I mean, I remember, I think you were with me when we were having the conversation. That's mainly the reason he would talk to the likes of me. But Kasper Schmeichel saying that any attacking player in the penalty area has the potential to affect them in those kind of circumstances.
But is that actually true, or is that just the goalkeeper trying to get out of the fact that he's conceded a goal? Seemed to me as if Lumley there, when the ball hit the back of the net, he's turning and blaming his own defenders for saying, how is Whittaker getting that much space and time to in essence pass the ball home? I can understand why he's critical of the players around him.
Well, I'm just trying to highlight how goalkeepers feel, and I'm more generous to them than many of you are. Oh, Whittaker's so lively. Strelets, beautifully done. Whittaker, and Iorfa with a vital challenge. The action's pretty far away for the Middlesbrough fans, but they're really enjoying what they're seeing here.
Yeah, really strong start from the away side. They got the opening goal. They're doing the right thing. It's not just sitting back and celebrating that opening goal. They're looking for a quick second, and it's a good block from Iorfa. That could have cannoned anywhere, though, so he gets a bit of good fortune. Wednesday gets some good luck as well. They need to dig deep here and not concede an early second.
Jones poised in that penalty spot area. Fry is a good target as well. Both trying to shackle Conway, who's able to make some mischief, but Wednesday get it clear as far as Hackney. Target. Whittaker. Hackney, now Brown. Target. Britton. Well, it's not necessarily a harbinger of great things, Wednesday, conceding so early, but if you are looking for some comfort, that previous Wednesday win at home at this level, which we talked about, which was against Middlesbrough, was one in which they came from behind after conceding a goal to Finn Azaz in the 11th minute. (2-1) it finished.
Just slightly overly aggressive here. Alan Brown is in the team to provide that kind of combative midfield play, but the hand of apology goes up straight away. He knows he's mistimed that one.
And Valerie able to keep his position in midfield alongside Barry Bannon, where he's been operating lately, and his colleague over this free kick. Just met by Fry, who put in a superlative performance against Ipswich. A player who's already experienced some injury problems during the course of this season.
I'm sure Rob Evans would have said to his team, go and dominate the early stages of the game, and that's exactly what Borough have done here. Strange atmosphere with a lack of home fans in the stadium, but dominate the game, get an early goal if you can. They've done that.
Well, he made sure he gave his players a briefing about what they should expect here tonight. I have to say, I've come to this venue on many occasions and experienced an atmosphere pretty much unmatched, particularly on some of the playoff occasions under Carlos Carvalhal. Palmer and Bergsorg coming together, and the former has come off worse.
You see, both players have got a grip of each other, so someone was going to come off worse eventually when they go to ground. I've watched many games here, played many games here, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to see Hillsborough. There's so many Wednesday fans in it. The whole situation at the club, of course, is heartbreaking. It's just disastrous, and it needs to be resolved.
You played for the club, of course, with, and I'll say this with distinction, I'll be nice to you for once. And I have my own familial connection with Sheffield Wednesday, and well, because of that, it's all the more keenly felt. And I'm sure even those who seem to have little sympathy across the city will feel that just as well. And that derby date does loom large. It's not far off in the latter part of November. Max Lowe to his namesake Jamal. Target.
Another example there of the unselfish hard work that Hayden Hackney does, just pinching the ball back from low. So much ground in front of the defensive line at times when he can't, as he's doing his steps beyond the halfway line. Is the complete championship midfielder, Hayden Hackney.
What can't he do? I think that's what we're struggling to detect.
Can he take a free kick?
Bergsorg, chance for Conway. Not a straightforward one, but the window of opportunity opened again.
It's just simple football, but so effective. It's just pass and move. You see Bergsorg, he lays the ball off. Frazia goes towards the ball when he should be staying with the forward run of Bergsorg. That's why he gets in. It's a difficult chance for Conway because he's beyond the near post. He's stretching for it. To score from there, it's difficult, but they're opening Wednesday up. Every time they put two slick passes together, sharp passes, Wednesday look in trouble.
Strellett's playing very slightly deeper than him again, as he did against Ipswich, at the start at least. Brown suddenly at the cul-de-sac.
It shows how well Alan Brown is playing to stay in the team, and rightly so, ahead of Aidan Morris. Aidan Morris and Hackney, normally that said for a central midfield pairing, that combination, outstanding servant to the EFL, but you can see why he's been signed by Robert Edwards. He brings that experience and tenacity to the midfield and keeping out a very good player.
Yeah, Morris reasserted himself impressively on the international stage with the US, but the considerable travel reduced the likelihood of him being able to start against Ipswich, and Brown has seized the chance. There's never been any doubt about his credentials as a midfield operator, and seemingly now, with all the confidence he's accrued, Morgan Whittaker there, he'll be showing all of his capabilities, but it's early in the game, and that's enough to give Sheffield Wednesday a bit of hope. Fuzier. Ingelsson gets the flick. Hamas. Valerie was a little on his heels, but Hackney was able to initially bring it away. And Conway determined enough to ensure Middlesbrough kept possession when that seemed to be a little bit of a lost cause.
Yeah, there's an opportunity there for Hamas to put the cross in. It's actually blocked by Alfie Jones. This is what Middlesbrough do so well. They protect their penalty area. Of course, that's the area of the pitch the opponents want to get the ball into. That's where you score most goals from. But Middlesbrough have this ability to keep teams well away from Sol Brynn.
Bannon. Holding off Hackney impressively. And wants it again. And Palmer briefly goalkeeper at the end of proceedings at Charlton. So he really has done everything now at Sheffield Wednesday. I have to feel a little, I suppose, for Logan Stretch, who is on the bench, but the fact that he doesn't have any first-team football under his belt did open the door for them to sign a more experienced operator on a temporary basis in these circumstances. It's a 7-day deal, can be renewed at that point. But it's week to week.
It is only a one-game ban for Horvath, isn't it? So he will be back, of course, very soon.
Yeah, with Oxford to come at the weekend, but they are the mechanics of the emergency loan system for goalkeepers. Bergsorg. Touch of the languid about that forward ball from Hackney, trying to get target away.
Just looking at this Middlesbrough goal again, see that high defensive line that Sheffield Wednesday take. That means they've got a real problem. That ball is in behind. So looking at Tommy Conway's position here, he does seem to be in an offside position, seems to be in the goalkeeper's island, but there's no real complaints, actually, I don't think, from the goalkeeper. And when it's tucked home, you look at it from that angle, you can probably see this. There shouldn't be too many complaints from the goalkeeper. You can't really say that Conway's affecting his ability to make the save. He was never going to make it.
Well, Ingelsson was a man in a hurry making a run, but Conway just taking a slightly leisurely approach to getting back the requisite distance. Certainly halted the quick free kick, but a chance to consider his delivery. Mapped by Fry.
I'd say the atmosphere inside Hillsborough is so strange. Lots of Middlesbrough fans, of course, but with so few Wednesday fans in, you can hear every shout from the pitch, every shout from the technical area, every shout from the Wednesday fans that are actually in the stadium. It's weird.
Here's Bannon. Valerie.
Has that kind of pre-season match feel about it?
It certainly does. It's possibly more akin to some of the Premier League 2 or under-21 matches that I've been to in my time. Here's Strelets.
Strelets, he does the initial work really well, but he just tries to do too much. He's got Hayden Hackney to his left, simple pass. Just release the pass there, don't try and thread the either through the needle there. It's too difficult a pass and it's unnecessary.
Palmer. Lumley in trouble.
Well, it seemed to me as if he actually took Conway out there, took an age to think about playing the forward ball. Conway, to me, seems to get there first, does he? Yeah, he does pinch the ball and then gets completely taken out. Can see why Conway aren't happy at all. Poor touch, goes chasing it and takes the man out.
Well, ultimately, that is one that he has got away with. As Ethan Horvath looks on.
You can understand it when you haven't played a lot of games, you're going to be a bit rusty, but that first touch, you have to keep it closer than that. Someone like Conway will always get there ahead of you, and he is very lucky to escape.
Rob Edwards, who I'm sure will make his point in as friendly and polite a manner as possible, is certainly doing that to the fourth official, Andrew Kitchen. Whittaker. Challenged that by Amas, which was deemed fair and square, although Whittaker's still down. Bannon. This is Bergzorg. Conway's in there. Iorfa meets it as well.
The Middlesbrough having a lot of joy down their left-hand side. Bergzorg and Target stepping forward from left-back, but Wednesday, Joe Lumley have got away with one. All happened very quickly, and understand maybe the officials missing it, but it was an obvious foul and an obvious penalty.
Whittaker. Conway. Brown. Hackney. Or rather, Britton. This is Whittaker. Bannon with acute touch. Jamal Lowe. Was eventually awarded another goal, having forced what at the time was credited as a Carl Darlow OG in the League Cup here against Leeds. One source of comfort here at home this season. Victory in league competition still elusive. Here's Valerie. Come off try. Bryn has plenty of time to get across and field it.
Well, the build-up play was excellent, but the pass really was out to Fuzier on the right-hand side in acres of space. You're playing with wing-backs, try and use them. I think Valerie just saw the Middlesbrough goal, put his head down and took the shot on. It was the wrong choice.
It was incidentally Wednesday's first of the match so far. Very cool and calm. And the Middlesbrough goal. They've conceded only 7 goals so far in the Championship, the fewest of any team. Opportunity here, Bergsorg is offside. Might not be an enormous amount in it, but that is the decision.
Again with Wednesday, that high defensive line. If you don't stay with your runners, you're just hoping that they go slightly too early. And offside when it's played, it's touch and go. It looks to be slightly ahead of the defender. But again, high defensive line, defenders ball watching, it's incredibly risky. And if he doesn't right now, he certainly will. There have been a couple of, certainly one very fortunate moment. Iorfa. Valerie's underneath it. Hackney was arriving. That's Fry. Max Lowe and then Brown. Palmer. When you're up against one of the best teams in the league, you are going to maybe be reliant on a bit of good fortune at times, and this is a massive chunk for them because Conway clearly pinches the ball off the goalkeeper. He's scythed down, he's in the penalty area. Referee seemingly has a decent view of it. It's a fair way away from it. All does happen very quickly. He maybe sees it slightly differently, but Lumley was a lucky boy.
He's started a couple of League Cup ties for Bristol City this season. And indeed played in the Premier League since his last Championship appearance. There's Bergsorg. And hung up potentially here for Conway. Well, the game potentially could be well beyond Wednesday already.
Yeah, just simply needs to head this ball down, but again, high line, ball in behind, well-timed run, Bergsorg's in. It's a clever little clip to the far post. He just needs to head that down. It's a really poor header. It's a good chance to make it 2-0. Make it an awfully long way back for Wednesday. He's there ahead of the defender. Maybe he looks at Max Lowe rather than at where he wants to head the ball and just takes his arm pitch slightly, but that's a golden chance to make it 2.
Well, they could be in a distinctly more comfortable position. Tommy Conway will feel that he's had the opportunities to add to his 2 so far this season for Middlesbrough.
I don't think Rob Edwards could be disappointed with his team's application and approach to the game, but the way they dominated the opening half an hour or so, it should be 2 or 3 to the good. The game should be over.
But this could yield something. It's not going to be the long throw from Ingelsson. There are plenty of numbers up here. Bannon. Well, getting very friendly, those two. Fuzier and Bergsorg. Strelitz making a run. Whittaker too. Bannon back there. Had to use all of his frame there.
the smallest centre-half in the Championship there, Barry Bannon.
Target. Flicked by Bergzorg. Nearly moment. Ogbo. Ingelsson making an enterprising run here. But they went in a different direction. The little burst of cheering was for Thomas Kirk, the referee, losing his footing. Hamas. Bannon.
Well, he does have a quality left foot. This is a difficult chance for Barry Bannon. Hamas, I think, shapes as if he's going to cross the ball, and then it's a clever ball into Bannon. It's a difficult chance with your left foot, with the ball being fired at you like that. He does have the ability with his left foot to hit the target, didn't on that occasion. There's Thomas Kirk just been taken out by Alan Brown. I said he was combative, Alan Brown.
Well, we all love a moment like that. I'm not sure why, really. Wouldn't want it to happen to you, would you?
To get nudged on the shoulder and fall on a lovely soft piece of grass. It must be awful for him.
Yeah, skipping forward with real intent. Target. Well, we do have 3 other matches going on in the Championship as we speak, all a little further ahead than us here, but goals in all of them. Swansea incidentally down to 10 men as well against Queen's Park Rangers. Imran Louza and Isaac Price on the score sheet for the respective sides at Vicarage Road. Nathan Broadhead for Wrexham against Oxford. Sky Sports Plus is the place to go if you want to see live action from those 3. Maxlow wants it. Ogbo. Bannon. Trying to get things moving. Fuzier has been a little more adventurous in the last few minutes as Sheffield Wednesday try to get themselves on the front foot. Brown, though, can't get a hold of that. This is Jamal Lowe. Bannon. Turning away from the close attention that Callum Britton gave it.
It's not a bad spell for Wednesday. Plenty of possession. It's just whether they can get into that Middlesbrough penalty area and test Sol Bryn.
You see him making a run from the far side, but across well within Bryn's reach.
I suppose the positives from a Wednesday point of view, a bit more possession for them, forcing Borough back. They're only 1-0 down. Conway's missed that chance. They've had the poor touch from Lumley, that wasn't punished, so it could have been a lot worse for Wednesday up to this point, but it's still only 1-0.
Beginning to perhaps grow a little in confidence. Has been an opportunity for a few of the younger players to shine. The strange and difficult circumstances that surround the club, but this is a team chock full of very solid citizens today. Ingelsson came out the winner ultimately, because the ball found its way to Jamal Lowe. Two Lows on this left-hand side of the Sheffield Wednesday pitch. And not a high to swiftly follow either.
It's a shocking pass, but the last 5 minutes or so, a lot more encouraging, as I mentioned, for Sheffield Wednesday. Lots of possession, far more than Middlesbrough. But now the challenge is turning that huge amount of possession into chances, and that's what they're really struggling to do, because Middlesbrough, good solid defensive shape, really hard to get at.
Britain, Whittaker. On for Britain again. Now Bergzorg. It's come central. There's a lot of grass for Matt Targett to move into. And here he is. It'll fall kindly for Strelets. Targett again. Bergzorg. Hackney. Pocket pick though by Ogbo. But Hackney has got it back. And Hackney finds the shot.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with his finish, but that's typical of him. It's a rarity to see him caught in possession. He loses the ball initially, but works then very hard to get it back. Doesn't foul his man. Presses high up the pitch, gets it back. See what he's trying to do, just wrap his instep around it and bend it to Lumley's left, but doesn't, again, get enough of his instep on the ball to move it from right to left sharply enough.
He's adept at producing moments in relatively tight space. We know that there were suitors in the summer. Indeed, he went as far as going down to Suffolk to talk to Ipswich Town. He pulled out all the stops and seemed pretty confident when he left that the deal would be done, but he had a change of heart. But key players did depart the scene. Vandenberg and Azaz, all legislated for in their planning for the new season. I wonder who might, I presume someone will, be willing to test Hayden Hackney's resolve in January, whether it's Ipswich or somebody else. But at the moment, look at the league table, would tell you he'd probably be happier at Middlesbrough.
I do feel that Borough have lost some individual talent, as in the main, but I think actually looking at Middlesbrough now as a team, they look to me a lot stronger than they were last season. I think they're in a much better position in terms of challenging for a top 2 or a top 6 finish.
It's got a rather unexpected look at the moment, the Championship's top 6, hasn't it? Bannon losing possession of all people. Hackney. There's Fuzier, who's looking up and seeing a few red shirts, but having the confidence to take on all comers. And inject a bit of attacking urgency into Sheffield Wednesday's play. Two wing-backs on the same side of the pitch. Interesting to see, because it is a bit of a movable feast with the options on the pitch. Where Fuzier goes back to when it all settles. He's getting to grips with Strelets at the moment. And this challenge that seemed misjudged by Amas. And yes, Fuzier is going to trudge all the way back to the right wing-back position.
Yeah, encouraging from a Wednesday point of view, the last 5-10 minutes. But for Rob Edwards, his team started really strongly. A good 20 minutes, could have been 2-3-0 up in maybe half an hour, but the tempo has certainly dropped. I'm sure at half-time, if it is just 1, he'll be saying to his team, look, we need to, yes, dominate the ball, but play with a real urgency and desire. We need to get that second goal just to break Wednesday's resolve, maybe.
played. Valerie holding off Hackney. Who's here? Palmer's available. Ingleson making a run, and he'll be fed. Palmer. And now Jamal Lowe. Urgent defending by Brown, but it's still alive here. And not dealt with at all well. And Ingleson's shot gratefully grabbed. Well, a shot of sorts, gratefully grabbed by Bryn.
There's a really good block on the edge of the box by Alan Brown, but then there's no reaction defensively from Middlesbrough. Ingleson makes a bit of a mess of it, should be doing better with that dropping ball, and for the first time a bit of defensive disarray for Borough.
Strelets. Conway the target here, not afraid to go forward with swiftness. And Lumley very much up to the challenge there.
It has been a tactic from Borough to turn Wednesday around. It's all about the quality of the forward ball, the timing of the run. And this is a brilliantly weighted forward ball. Conway's timing of his run, excellent. The angle is slightly against him, he's under pressure, but the keeper, importantly, hasn't gone to ground. He's stayed big. The ball comes off him, it's good work from Lumley. That is the major fear for Sheffield Wednesday. They can put maybe 20, 30 passes together and not create anything. With Middlesbrough, with the quality they have, you can put 3 or 4 and suddenly they're in behind you and they're creating a chance.
Or even 1, as we've seen.
That really shouldn't happen if you're playing with 3 centre-halves. At times you've got 5 at the back. That one ball in behind that defensive line, you shouldn't keep getting caught out with that. No matter how good the forward ball is and the forward run is, you should be dealing with it better.
Hamas. Whittaker didn't quite get a hold of it. Ingleson will get them a little further up the pitch.
I think this first half again is a good example of Sheffield Wednesday. They're not a team that are just going to lie down. They've been under the cosh at times. They conceded an early goal. They've not just laid down and accepted defeat. They've done this all season. Got to give these players a huge amount of credit for their application.
Well, the fact that some of these players are still here is sufficient to underline their resolve and character. Plenty who could have walked away, perhaps for, whether it's fair to say, an easier life, but certainly Sheffield Wednesday has its unique challenges at the moment.
Here the Middlesbrough fans trying to get their team going a little bit. They're surprised at the way Sheffield Wednesday at the moment are in relative control of the game, albeit not really working the Borough defence enough.
Oh, Jamal Lowe, that could be very promising indeed, but ultimately that's all it was. Hackney. Whittaker. And on by Conway. This is Britton taking the low road. I offer diverting it away from trouble. His target, Bergzorg. Hackney. Brown's available. Target. Alan Brown. Alfie Jones. Britton looked a little overcooked, but Target can keep it alive, and Lumley is certainly alive to deny Bergzorg, and Brown off target.
Again, a lot of those Wednesday defenders ball watching, the ball is clipped to the far post. It's too easy for that ball to be knocked back into the centre of goal, and Bergzorg, he hasn't really set himself, he's stretching, he's falling away. The keeper's positioning is good, his reactions are good, but really Bergzorg, if he can stay on his feet, he should be tucking that ball either side of the goalkeeper. It's another really good opportunity for Borough that they've passed up.
The goalkeeper had an early shock, he's ridden his luck, but he's also earned his corner.
He moved his feet well, the ball goes to the far post, so he's probably moved to his far post. Ball comes back into central goal, he's got to get across into the middle of his goal, which he does really well, so he deserves the chance to make the save.
A minimum of 1 added minute at the end of this first half in this strange, echoey Hillsborough atmosphere. Hackney. Lumley with a quick release. Fry should get across, but he's put under pressure by Jamal Lowe, and Sheffield Wednesday have another opportunity to build something here. Ingleson's in there, Hamas is arriving. Britton with an important header.
Really good positioning from Callum Britton, gets round on the cover. He should be doing that as a right back, he should always be ahead of the wing back, and he was.
Inglesson coming in. So we reach the halfway point, and it's a very different Morgan Whittaker now in the red shirt of Middlesbrough. His second goal, having opened his account on Friday night after a long wait, inside 6 minutes. An early shock for the emergency goalkeeper Joe Lumley, who then had a very fortunate moment when he appeared for all the world to catch Tommy Conway in the penalty area, but no decision in Borough's favour. They've certainly created their other chances and could well be in a bigger lead than they currently are, and that will be a frustration to them. Wednesday have had moments of control but no real chances. At the break, it's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Morgan Whittaker 2 in 2. He waited an awful long time to get off the mark. He's done the same now here at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday. Speaking of Sheffield Wednesday, Joey, what on earth did they do in the second half?
Just keep going, Prutz. That's all they can do, and it is all they have
Sad to see.
done.
I mean, that's a near empty Hillsborough.
Yeah, listen, as I say, it's a fantastic place when it is full and it is rocking. Clearly complete opposite at this moment in time, and I think these are the situations when you're out there on the pitch that you do need a little bit of a lift sometimes, and they're clearly not going to be able to get it today, but they've just got to keep going, which they have done, and I'm sure they will do in the second half.
Back for the second half, and Hinchcliffe, damn man.
Yes, thank you, David. I have to say, in discussing that Joe Lumley incident, I think Chris Boyd was totally wrong. I don't remember you ever producing a touch as good as that here at Hillsborough, David. Andy Hinchcliffe, on the other hand. Anyway, we're underway.
Ignoring all that, the game is still it's still a contest. We've had poor finishing from Borough, some very good fortune for Wednesday. I mean, it is just 1-0. Can be a dangerous scoreline, but Middlesbrough have been relatively comfortable, but will want that second goal.
Well, Bergzorg very much on the border of offside, and the flag has gone up. And maybe the verdict is actually a case more that he was not on the border, but he'd already applied for citizenship.
But he shouldn't be offside again. He's probably blaming the passer of the ball for waiting too long, but you're looking right across the defensive line. So just drop slightly, make sure you're not offside when the ball is played. It's simple.
Here's Whittaker. Hackney. Bergzorg on the move again. So to Target on this near side, but it is Bergzorg who will receive it. Iorfa, Bannon. Ingelsson. Amas, Lowe's on the move outside him. That's Max Lowe. But he'll go back to Bannon. Amas. Max Lowe up against Alfie Jones. And an early corner as Sheffield Wednesday attack the sparsely populated Kop.
Yeah, from open play, Wednesday really struggling to lay a glove on Borough from a set piece. Borough switch off, the possibilities there for the home team.
And did concede from a corner against Ipswich. One of only 2 occasions when they've been breached in the league at home. It's Barry Bannon who is in charge. And Iorfa who got up, and Bryn was wrong-footed but reacted brilliantly. It was so awkward for Sol Bryn. What a readjustment.
Yeah, I think when the initial header comes in, he's moving to his right, expecting to make a save. It's blocked by one of his defenders, and then he has to adjust quickly and kick that ball out. Brilliant footwork, strong palms to get that ball away. He does so well, because if he doesn't get back to his left, it's an equaliser.
He also had the presence of Ugbo to contend with as well. It's an Ingelsson throw. A little bit flatter, a little more awkward.
It's a difficult throw to deal with, because it's fairly flat. There's a lot of pace on it, so any touch from an attacker defender, Sol Bryn would have a problem. What he wants is the ball to carry through, as it does, all the way to him, so he can see it all the way into his gloves. But good start from Wednesday to the second half.
Well, of course, it would have been remarkably nonchalant of him to do so, but he could have let it go into the net and he'd have had a goal kick, so... It's one tactic to remember.
You'd love to see a goalkeeper do that, wouldn't you? Just leave it.
It goes against every instinct, though, doesn't it? It's never going to happen. Here's Fry. Hackney under pressure by Valerie. Whittaker able to turn away from Max Lowe, but it's Iorfa who was able to grow enough.
See, what Whittaker's looking to do is to turn Wednesday around, because Conway, as soon as Whittaker took possession, Conway was off in behind the Wednesday defence. Ball never arrived, though.
This is Bannon. More promise here for Wednesday. Bannon has continued what he started here, and brimming with invention, ultimately for no reward.
Give Wednesday a huge amount of credit. They've started this second half ever so well. The situation that they're in, they're a goal behind against a very good team, especially defensively, but they're taking the game to Borough. That's all they can do.
Hackney. Bergsorg is always flying off like an Olympic sprinter, and it's looking for that ball to turn them around. He's giving them another option. Strelets popping up in a useful position here. Valerie. Ingelsson now making the lancing and run from midfield.
Yeah, it was just poor control from Strelets. It was clever from him, his positioning, because the Wednesday defence had dropped, anticipating that ball over the top, which has happened on a number of occasions. So Strelets was then available for a shorter pass, he just couldn't take it down.
Here's Amas coming infield a bit. And both Lows able to surge down the space he's vacated. Ingelsson! Well, that was a stinger, but Bryn very much alive to it.
Well, it's a similar build-up, really, to the Borough goal, in the way that they got in down that left-hand side. The overload, the decent crossing behind the defence. But rather than the ball coming onto Ingelsson, he's having to go after it. And that makes it a more difficult chance. He's beyond the near post. With a left foot strike, it's moving back towards the goalkeeper. That said, still a good save from Bryn. Good concentration and good positioning.
Well, concentration has certainly not let him down. And he's a very cool head, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper. Jamal Lowe perhaps a little unhappy with the attention he's been given. Just ran away from Valerie. Bannon will have another chance. Ingelsson trying to bring it down. This is Jamal Lowe, just hanging it up there.
It's what Wednesday have to really guard against. They're putting all the pressure on. They're squeezing Borough. They're getting into the penalty area, creating chances. Don't get caught out with that swift Borough counter-attack.
Britain. Could steal that by Amas. Wednesday looking a little more menacing in this second period than they did at any stage really in the first. This is Amas. Max Lowe. Bannon. Jamal Lowe peeling towards the near post. Met by some forceful defending from Alfie Jones and effective defending too. This is Max Lowe.
There's a pacey ball in. Lowe just needed to get a slight touch on it to send it goalward.
Middlesbrough can sound the all clear, but some nearly moments.
Yeah, strong start from Wednesday. Barry Bannon heavily involved, as you'd expect. Quality ball in. It's just Alfie Jones. He stands his ground. He's waiting for the ball to come onto his head. It's just Jamal can't quite get there. If he gets a glancing touch on that, could be a problem for Sol Bryn.
Jones reportedly being courted by Canada ahead of the World Cup.
This is not the start to the second half that Rob Edwards would have anticipated.
Amas. Oh, a bow in there. And the near things are mounting up. And painful thing for Target.
Yeah, a lot of joy down their left-hand side with Bannon or Amas getting cross after cross in, and Middlesbrough have to get up to the pace of the game. They've not started the second half at all. This just really underlines how much Sheffield Wednesday have dominated the game. Maybe that's going to lead to this change from Middlesbrough, because they haven't got started. Wednesday dominating the second half, creating chances. I think Middlesbrough slightly fortunate to still be ahead.
Harry Watling with the briefing there for Sverre Nipan. So it doesn't appear as though it's going to happen at this break in play, or maybe not actually. Well, a bit of to me to you about it, but it is going to happen, and Strelets is the player who departs.
Yeah, presumably that'll mean Tommy Conway will lead the line, and Nipan will be an extra central midfielder. He's an attacking player, creative player as well, so I can understand this change from Rob Edwards.
Exciting player on loan from Manchester City. Already a senior international with Norway, having got still some distance to go before he emerges from his teenage years. Target. And there is Nipan involved. He's a composed individual who can operate in every midfield position. Handball given. did watch the game recently where he did play at right back for the only time in his career. It was for the Rosenborg B team. They lost 7-2 to Not Odden. Here's Conway. Nipan's arriving with interest here, among others. Should add that Nipan at right back was not particularly responsible for anything that went wrong that day, just to clarify. Not blaming him. It was interesting to see him play there when he's been just about everywhere but there in his career.
He played right back and the defence conceded 7.
Yeah,
and it was nothing to do with him.
They all came down the other side, Andy, as you will have experienced many a time. Bannon. Bussier. Hamas. It's hooked away by Hackney.
And once again for Wednesday, it's down that left-hand side. Max Lowe stepping out of the defensive line, centre half, remember. Ending up on the left wing and nobody anywhere near him as he crosses.
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing that type of thing in Sheffield before.
They're dominating to such a degree. Max Lowe's just crossed the ball. He hasn't bothered coming back into the defensive line. He just stayed out on the left wing thinking, well, we're dominating the game, the ball's going to come back to me eventually.
Target. Hackney. Working their way through a congested central area with a degree of polish as well. Whittaker! Well, it underlines the point why they want to play with inverted wide men, because you then can create situations like that. Whittaker on his weapon of choice, the left foot.
There's a lovely weighted pass from Conway that just encouraged him to take the shot on first time, but comfortable for the keeper.
Well, Whittaker's on it again, and now Target. It's a real searcher, and it had Lumley stretching. Britton. Brown. Oh, and it falls very kindly for Conway. And Lumley busy again.
And suddenly Borough burst into life, putting quality passes together, opening Wednesday up, and Conway, I think he really indicates the goalkeeper where he's going to strike this. Another fairly comfortable save for Lumley. There's another good couple of opportunities for Borough to get that second goal and possibly kill the game off. Nice way to pass here from Conway out to Whittaker. Encourages him to shoot first time, but it's right out. The goalkeeper should save it. This is Conway's chance, and he should be doing better as well. Should be scoring from here.
Hackney. Just opened up enough space to shoot. It's Iorfa who was behind it. And suddenly the blue and white shirts camped in their own half for a moment.
It's taken 15 minutes, but Borough finally started the second half.
Bergzorg is there, keeping his eye on the ball. Hackney has been given room again, although Valerie gets the blocking. And close-up view of the action for the travelling Middlesbrough supporters.
This is where Wednesday have to get their organisation right. They've conceded far too many goals this season from set plays.
Oh, and Fry arrived, and Lumley produces his best of the night tonight, deny Brown.
Yeah, Fry just seems to mistime the header. He's free, should be doing better. Brown reacts brilliantly to the far post, but the keeper reacts, even better than that. Brown does well to get anything on this and turn it goalwards, but the keeper again has moved his feet, got across his goal, couple of quick steps, and then great save.
And Brown's anticipation was really good there as well, getting there first at the near post.
There's chance after chance for Borough. In each half, they could have been 3-4 up. Trying to catch Wednesday out the near post there with that flick on from Brown. That save from Lumley from Brown, outstanding. The way he moved his feet quickly across his goal line to get into a position to make the save. Then, how quickly he gets his hand up. It's a stunning stop.
Well, keeping his team in the game and keeping his old club honest, because it's a game that could have been won by now, but certainly has not been. Excellent bit of work from the referee there. Hackney. Nipan, target. Oh, through for Sear, and on he goes. Bergzorg. There's a sense perhaps he took the more difficult route there, but
Fazier's got to do more though, and that ball goes out wide. This is too easy. Target just nutmegging him. Got to be stronger as a defender in that position. Bergzorg is turning into traffic, turning into blue and white shirts, and I think just makes his mind up early, head down, and takes the shot on. I think Rob Edwards will be happy with the last 10 minutes or so. His team have got on the ball, got up the pitch, but chance after chance is being passed up, and that could prove costly.
And Brown, who's shown his alertness and his ability to improvise in front of goal, was set on the edge of the area there if Bergzorg had played it simply.
As I say, I think Bergzorg just had his mind mained up. I'm going to turn and shoot. I'm not going to get my head up and look for one of my teammates.
He had a really good night, didn't he, against Ipswich? And I think we were perhaps bracing ourselves for another winger perhaps to be the headline act again in the colours of Ipswich, in Jayden Philogene. Morgan Whittaker obviously stole his share of the headlines, but Bergzorg very impressive too.
For Middlesbrough, it's a really difficult opening 15 minutes or so. Start the second half, but you feel now they've got a real grip on the game. They've got a foothold, and it's just a question for them of getting that killer second goal now.
Hackney. Jones. Britton. Nipan making a move. Won't reach him though. Ingelsson. Ugbo. Clipped towards Ingelsson, but cut out by Britton. Nipan. On by Hackney. Whittaker with Britton providing able support, with the delivery very straightforward for Iorfa to deal with. Nipan charging back with real urgency there, but look at this charge from Liam Palmer. Terrific run. Jamal Lowe, it's Palmer. Wow, brilliant stuff from this wonderful Wednesday servant. Even Matt Targett appreciating it.
It's a brilliant forward run from Palmer. It's good defending though from Targett. The way that he goes to ground, he knows that Palmer's running out of pitch. He knows that he's maybe just going to whip the ball along the floor. So Targett goes to ground to make sure he does block the cross.
A couple to watch on the edge of the penalty area. Bailey Cadamarteri's getting ready for Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon's delivery, that was met very solidly by Fry. Because he had to take the slightly longer route because of where the referee was. Bannon trying to steal in around the back. Hung up by Amas, but hung up with so much air on it that Bryn had time to come to claim and perhaps set Middlesbrough on the move, but Max Lowe is there.
You can see why Sol Bryn played that long forward ball. It was two Borough attackers against Max Lowe, but the forward ball fell very kindly for Lowe.
Looking for Ugbo here, and that's Fry. Would certainly be unhappy to be caught out in such fashion. Nipan. Bannon. Amas. Bannon again. Jamal Lowe getting in around the back of Targett. And Alfie Jones popping up in the right place for Middlesbrough. They're a tough nut to crack, but Wednesday threatening to do so.
That's great defensive appreciation from Alfie Jones. Once that ball goes towards Matt Targett and Lowe's going to win it, he just gets round on the cover, so when Lowe does win there, heads it back across 6-yard box. He's there to clear the danger.
Well, they're going to make the change now, Wednesday, and it's Ingelsson there who is going to depart with just less than a quarter of the game to go. Bailey Cadamarteri. There's certainly a feeling amongst the assembled media that he may be in with a shout of starting this evening. But Ugbo, what he's been producing, just tipping the balance in the preparation for the match. They're there together now. Beyond Cadamarteri. Hooked away by Whittaker. And Fazier. Not what he hoped for. Lumley's aware of the impending danger, but now he's got to hurry back. Nipan. It's offside in the end against Bergzorg.
There's a lucky boy, Fazier, because actually Tommy Conway's touch took him wider and wider, and then he's trying to play a really difficult pass on the run back into the middle of the pitch where he's got 3 Borough players waiting for the pass. But because his touch was poor and he went wide, he couldn't feed the ball into them.
Cadamarteri sort of slotting into the, you could call it inside right if you like, in the system that they've tended to use at home while going with a more orthodox 3-5-2 away, although it's not been as clear cut as that during the course of the season. A few variations on the theme. Up towards Jamal Lowe. Hackney. Conway suddenly looking up, and all they can see is blue and white shirts, but Whittaker has space, fed by Brown. And here's Hackney, and Nipan's free in the middle. Well, a situation of high potential, but Sheffield Wednesday able to see it away. And Cadamarteri sprightly at the other end. But here's Bergzorg. And Fazier, well, he's going to go into the book for that. It's been a slightly difficult period in the game for him.
Yeah, he's found it far from comfortable playing in that white right wing-back role when he's been isolated one-on-one. He's had a real problem. It's really poor. Bergzorg just moves beyond him, and there's no attempt to play the ball there. He's just taking the man out.
It's a position he's very familiar with more in development football. This is actually the first senior game he's started there. Target and Hackney over the free kick.
Two quality deliverers of a set piece here. I'm sure they're going to aim for that corridor between defensive line and Lumley.
Brown's going to hit this and hit it in threatening fashion. It got a nick on its way through.
Seemed a nice clean strike by his reaction. Seems as if it's going to be on target as well. His cannons off a defender and wide.
It's Cadamarteri, I think.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure it was necessarily on target, but once they get a set piece for their trouble.
Target the beneficiary, taking the corner. Was fouled by Hackney, and Middlesbrough's top talent in midfield is going to see his name taken.
I think the referee's assistant gave a throw in, and the referee's absolutely right. It was a little pullback from Hackney. It's good work from Amass just to dig that ball past him. I think Hackney feels the ball is going to easily run out of play, and it wasn't. Amass was going to get there, and he just pulled him back slightly.
So Aidan Morris is going to come on. Tommy Conway, who's had his opportunities tonight, and he was the player brought crashing down by Joe Lumley in the first half. Morris will move into midfield and looks very much at the moment as though Nipan is going to operate as central striker.
I think this underlines how well Wednesday have done in this second half, that Rob Edwards is having to send on a really combative and aggressive midfielder who covers a lot of ground just to shore things up in that really key central area.
We'll see how it pans out though, because Hackney is the most forward at the moment. No, right the first time. Bannon. It's similar to the little tweak of shape they made towards the end against Ipswich.
Yeah, it looks like Brown is going to sit the deepest of those three, with maybe Hackney to the left, Morris to the right. Yes, they will encourage maybe Morris and Hackney to step forward when they have the ball. When they don't have it, they will drop, as they're doing here, into a midfield three.
Britain out of trouble. Well, Whittaker with no great protest as he ended up on the floor. He's able to move a fair old way before the challenge came in, and still he goes. Cadamarteri tussling.
And it was Alan Brown who made a couple of timely challenges on the edge of his own box there, and that's what he's in the team to do now, with Hackney and Morris ahead of him. When they don't have the ball, he'll be the one to sit deepest, try and protect his centre halves if he can.
Well, we're heading into the latter stages in the three other matches which are live for you on Sky Sports Plus. The only change in the scoreline from when we last updated you has come at Vicarage Road, where Rocco Vata has got Watford second. Wrexham still holding on to that 1-0 lead against Oxford. but we have a very busy Sunday afternoon of action from the Premier League. 4 live matches in our 2 o'clock slot. And I know Wolves need a change of fortune. They haven't taken up a different sport. It is on Sky Sports F1, that game. And multi-view on Sky Sports Golf. Amas to hit it. Fouzier can deliver, and it wasn't the cleanest from Britain. And a touch of slice about that from Target as anxiety grew there for a moment. Jamal Lowe. Amas. Bannon. Might deliver something with his left foot at the end of it. Fouzier. Bannon. Fouzier. Bergzorg on the defensive. Horrible anti-climax, really, from a Wednesday perspective. That's a little loose, though. Palmer. Valerie. Cadamarteri was showing for it, but he went to Bannon, and now Fouzier hoping for better this time, and he's produced better. Cadamarteri.
I think it's Alan Brown again, who just seems to get close to Cadamarteri, maybe get something on the strike, which seems to be heading towards Solbrin with a bit more power. And Brown's doing a really effective job in front of his defensive line.
Well, we shouldn't really expect anything less, I suppose, from able, disciplined, hugely consistent performer. Ategbayo is going to come on for Fouzier. So, familiar face of Luke Ayling as well, poised for action. And will mean a little bit of a rejig that Wednesday change. Ategbayo going into the back three. Palmer coming out the wing back.
Liam Palmer's played that right wing back position many times, so no problem for him.
That's where he's been stationed more often than not recently.
And also it's noticeable how high up the pitch Max Lowe is playing. When they have the ball as they're here, Wednesday, they get the back five, 3 centre halves. They're just leaving 2 at the back and sending Lowe up the pitch. They're taking a risk, but again, it might pay off.
Long briefing for Luke Ayling, and also Cali Sen is getting ready for Middlesbrough. Morris. Bergzorg wants it. But Nipan is the option he seeks, and Palmer, change of position, but the defensive alertness is still very much intact. Hackney is frustrated, and so are the travelling Borough supporters. The ball given away rather cheaply in their mind, and perhaps an element of nervousness growing. Valerie. But it's catching at the moment, that particular ailment. Nipan. Max Lowe, left-sided centre-back. ending up in the sort of right midfield area. Morris. Whittaker. Target. Good work by Morris. Seeing off the challenge of Cadamarteri. Hackney, whose time in the game is not long from now. Nipan with a return pass that was not made to measure, and indeed the moment for Hackney's departure has arrived.
It's a well-worked goal from Middlesbrough, the finish though from Whittaker. His first goal for the club against Ipswich, and confidence coursing through. The way that he just passes that ball into the back of the net, super finish.
Yep, the best of Morgan Whittaker again. So a more protective posture with the change, although Cali Sen will add some teeth to their attack. Luke Ayling will add greater number to their defence.
Makes sense, this change. They've had opportunities, Borough, to make it 2-3-4. They haven't taken them, so it's protecting what they have, and going to a back five seems a sensible approach.
Well, Sen is certainly giving the Wednesday defenders plenty to conjure with immediately. Here's Palmer, cut off at the pass by Dale Fry.
It's brilliant from Dale Fry. He doesn't overcomplicate the defensive game, plays it so well. He just does the basics well, reads forward passes, gets to the ball, doesn't overcomplicate it, puts it out of play. He does the right thing every time, Dale Fry.
I think Valerie was playing with his own ball then, because there were two on the pitch, which, I mean, they don't have to stop things now if there's two balls on the pitch if it's not affecting the game, but it certainly was there because there were two games going on. It's Bannon. And he gets it back. On by Max Lowe. And they've got five in the box here, Sheffield Wednesday. Unable to find any with the first ball in, but another should be swiftly on the way. Palmer lurking on the edge of the penalty area. It's congested in there. Bryn commanding. Amas.
Well, it's a difficult chance, but he does most things right here. He just slows himself down. He's trying to concentrate on getting a sweet strike, a clean strike, but there's so many players between him and the goal. He's such a long way out. Difficult to control that and keep it on target.
Borrowed from Manchester United. Andy Holdsworth there with Henrik Pedersen. Time running out. Nipan. Targets available here. There he is. Palmer preventing that delivery from reaching dangerous territory. Nipan. It's Ayling. It's back to what's been a familiar sight for Middlesbrough this season with the three central defenders. And it fizzled out and may turn into something swiftly here. Max Lowe foraging, trying to find a way forward. Hamas now to Bannon, who when Lowe goes on his adventures, sometimes we've seen Bannon step in. But he unusually has given it away, and there is a free kick awarded in Brown's favour. Well, that's what Wednesday feel about it.
Yeah, again, the screening job that Alan Brown is doing so effective. I'm not sure he was actually fouled there. I can understand why Hamas isn't happy. Brown doing such an effective job.
Alfie Jones. Target. Dale Fry. Britain, that could be very useful. Cali Sen. Tegbayo doing enough to see the danger away.
It's really good defending. That's how to defend without actually playing the ball, just to make it really difficult for the striker to get in on goal. If he's not in on goal, just force him wider and wider and run out of pitch. Good defending.
Sen to take it down, but not to take it with him. Palmer. And there's Bannon dropping into the back line to pick it up and get things started. Valerie, a little prod for Kanamatri. And everything's the other way, really. Bannon. Nipan. And a little tug by Valerie, which was always going to draw that response from referee Thomas Kirk.
It's just a frustrated challenge. He's desperate to get back on the ball, to take the game to Borough. And there's nowhere near it, just taking the man out. Exactly what Middlesbrough want this stage of the game. They'll get the free kick, just run the clock down.
Well, they're getting closer. Bergsorg. Oh, that's a bit of an error from Max Lowe, but the corner flag's looking very attractive for Middlesbrough at the moment. Well, sometimes you need to rely on a bit of insurance on a night like this, and Alan Brown has certainly provided it at times, while threatening at the other end.
Yeah, the last couple of games against Ipswich, and certainly tonight, he has been outstanding. He's covered so much ground. His experience is hugely important. But the last, 15 minutes, just playing in front of his back five has been outstanding. It's what was needed from him. You look at Hackney and Morris, you wonder how he's going to get into the team, but he's proved his worth in the last couple of matches.
They may finish with a flourish here. It's Callisen, but Lumley able to deny him and just about keep Wednesday alive here.
Again, it looks as if the keeper's actually read what Sen is looking to do here. He's always looking to go to the goalkeeper's left rather than maybe go to his right. That's where the bulk of the goal is, where he should be going. Can't do that because of the defender. And the keeper again is ready for that shot to come to his left hand and reacts quickly again.
Well, it's been an extraordinary night for him. One distinctly fortunate moment, one that he could do very little about in the early stages, the only goal so far. But hasn't he proved the able deputy?
He's hardly played any football, he's hardly done any training with his Wednesday teammates. This is the one that he got away with. That should have been a penalty. He's made save after save, and course, that's what you bring an experienced goalkeeper in to do, but it's not easy on your debut under these circumstances against a quality Borough side. He's made some brilliant saves. That one from Brown, for me, was the pick of the bunch.
Yep, and while we were looking at that, Sheffield Wednesday have made a change and brought on Charlie McNeil for Liam Palmer. A more youthful strut for these last few moments. Replacing, well, a substantial figure in the history of this football club. International player too in his time, Liam Palmer, for Scotland. Well, can they fashion that one opportunity that could make all the difference? Amas finds Bannon. Valerie. Fleet of foot from him. And a searching delivery, and Bryn was fouled. I was going to say, it's very unusual for him to come and not claim it.
Yeah, he stepped forward at just the right time. It was going to be a comfortable catch, and it did seem as if it's Ugbo or Otegbayo just jumps into him. It's a foul on the goalkeeper, simple as that. But again, you've got to give Wednesday so much credit. Their heads haven't gone down. Game after game this season, it's been so tough for them, but their application, desire, driven on by their coach, has been outstanding.
Well, there's no certainty they're going to get a paycheck on time, but there's no doubt about the commitment Henrik Pedersen is drawing from these players. And in that sense, they're doing the supporters of this football club proud. The results may not be coming, but the competitiveness is certainly there.
Talk about competitiveness. There's Alan Brown again. There's an opportunity for Iorfa to maybe break. He's there, screening that defensive, line and picking the ball up again. Combative, aggressive. So important to this performance tonight, Alan Brown.
And we have to balance that Wednesday competitiveness with a reflection on the number of Middlesbrough chances tonight. They couldn't widen the margin in the match after that early breakthrough, but they've narrowed the gap at the top of the championship table. Victory hard-earned for Rob Edwards and Middlesbrough, but it's the type of win that's so valuable and so often vital in a promotion challenge. Morgan Whittaker, he'll be a different player now, off the mark against Ipswich, and the match winner here at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday battled in very difficult circumstances. Joe Lumley, the emergency goalkeeper, with one very fortunate moment right at the start when he should have seen a penalty awarded against him, inexplicably missed by the officials. But other than that, he had a terrific night. But for Henrik Pedersen, once again, it's a competitive, combative performance, but not the result.
Yeah, Wednesday worked incredibly hard. There was plenty of application, desire, just maybe a lack of quality, but their heads didn't go down. For Middlesbrough, it's a win, that's all that matters. It's 3 more points. It continues their really good start to the season. They will work very hard by Sheffield Wednesday, but I think Rob Edwards at the end of the game, his reaction told you everything. This was a really difficult night for them. Yes, they should have scored more, but most importantly for Rob Edwards and Middlesbrough, they won the game.
Yes, indeed. A tricky trip into the unknown, but they emerge with 3 points. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Back-to-back wins and back-to-back goals for Morgan Whittaker. However, that doesn't tell the whole story. They were made to work for it in that second half. Plenty of fight from Sheffield Wednesday. Unfortunately, just not the quality to get themselves back on level terms with Borough, given the fact that they have now claimed all 3 points, closing that gap between themselves and Coventry at the very top of the Championship. A bumper away end in stark contrast, of course, to the boycott from the Sheffield Wednesday home fans. More of that in due course. Let's get some reaction now. Juliet, take it away.
Alan Brown, Morgan Whittaker. Alan, first of all, I spoke to you before the game. You said it was going to be a difficult night. You could have had 2, 3, 4 goals, but you come away with just the 1. The 3 points is what matters.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters. Ideally, we could have put the game to bed. We had enough chances, like you said. I thought, the keeper was excellent, especially coming in on late notice. But we came here knowing that it was all about the 3 points, and that's what we managed to get.
And that's just it. We know about the situation here, but they showed their competitiveness, didn't they, Sheffield Wednesday tonight?
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of passion in that dressing room. You know what it means to the players, and fair play to them. They're putting up a fight, gave us a right go right till the end, but we prevailed, and that's all that matters.
You can hear your fans in the background, Morgan. They were singing your name after you scored your goal.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. I think I said the last game that just want to build on this, and getting another goal tonight is so important for me. But I think it's a massive team performance there. I think a big message before the game was the Sheffield Wednesday situation is really tough for them, but they're together. The fans that are here tonight and the players are really together. So for us to come here and get the win is really important.
But let's talk about you, though. Didn't score for absolutely ages. Get one on Friday night, 2 into tonight. What has Rob Edwards done for you? Because he talked before the game about the vulnerabilities that you've shown.
Yeah, I think for Rob, he's got to know me as a person and understand what I needed in a very tough moment for me. And I knew if I got the first one, then I'd get on a run. So it was just getting that first one was a very long wait. But now I've got it, I just want to kick on. And yeah, Rob's been a massive, massive help.
And Alan, as his teammate, what have you done around him to help him get him to this stage?
Not a lot. Just give him the ball and let him do the rest. To be honest, I didn't know his situation when I got here, because I'm used to seeing him on the score sheet every week. So I knew once he got that one and that monkey off his back that he'd kick on, and hopefully he can keep producing for us.
The other thing the boss mentioned was about the atmosphere in here, how different it would be. I guess it felt like a home crowd for you?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest message before, was just dealing with this situation. It's not one that we're used to with the fans and their situation, but we know our fans are going to sell out, and that was all that matters, and to hear them how they're being is really, really good.
And overall, when you look at the Championship, no one team is really running away with it. You're back up there again, the 3 points tonight, hunting Coventry down. What do you feel you can do this season?
I think it shows, and it's a big message for us. We can really feel where we can get to this season. I think we've got to take each game as it comes, not get too carried away, not too high, not too low, and just keep going game by game.
And a word on Alan as well, because I know you scored the goal, the match-winning goal, but it's Alan who is the Sky Bet player of the match.
Yeah, I think in my opinion we've had the best two midfielders with Hayden and Aiden, and to bring someone like Alan in to be on the same level of them is why I think we're doing what we're doing, and to have Alan in the team and who gets me the ball a lot really helps. But you can see tonight the quality he's got, and it just helps so much as a forward, being able to have someone in the team like that to help me with going forward.
Alan, it's another trophy for you.
Yes, appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah, nice.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Plenty of love there between the two teammates, all smiles as they head off the Hillsborough pitch. Well, via saying hello to the travelling away support, Morgan Whittaker more than happy to go and take his congratulations, a match-winning performance from him, and the beating heart of all things Borough this evening, Alan Brown. There were more games in the Championship this evening at Vicarage Road. Watford came from a goal down to beat West Brom. Rocco Vata just after half-time, sealing all 3 points. At the Broadhead with the only goal of the game for Wrexham. They survived the late scare by going down to 10 men, but they beat Oxford 1-0. And QPR on the road down in South Wales against Swansea. Roman Burrell, 2-2 for him, sealing all 3 points for the R's. So this is what it does to the table. Not a single draw in these midweeks for all you stat fans out there. Borough closing the gap to Coventry at the top to just a single point. Millwall in third, Bristol City, Charlton and Stoke is your top 6. Down at the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday. It does make for grim reading, doesn't it? Still 3 points from safety. Norwich and Blackburn alongside them in the bottom 3. So another midweek boxed off, and I tell you what, on Sky Sports, as ever, there's plenty more coming your way. Busy week coming your way, beginning on Friday. Preston Sheffield United, Ipswich West Brom on Saturday lunchtime, as is Coventry Watford and Pompey Stoke. From EFL to NFL, Vikings and the Chargers is midnight tomorrow night on Sky Sports NFL. And the world of It is about to get a lot bigger with his prequel to the Stephen King novel. Events take place in a small town in the 1960s before Pennywise wreaks havoc. Brand new horror series It, Welcome to Doe, starts Monday on Sky Atlantic. So many things I could say about the horror show, but I won't say that because that's too much of a straightforward one. My two pundits, Joby and Chris, will tell us all about what they've seen tonight at Hillsborough between Sheffield Wednesday and Borough. That man on the score sheet once again, 2-2 for Morgan Whittaker. They're just a point off the top of the championship. Analysis next.